Keep it high, keep it tight. It's Shameless Review Guy back to bring you another video, another 5-minute review. So I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. The reason that I'm not in this video is I'm just not feeling the best today. I know I don't look my best, and I didn't really feel up to getting the whole setup fixed up and all that stuff. But I still really wanted to get this review out because I don't want to wait too long because this is such a huge subject. And the thing about this channel is I try to be consistent, and no matter how I feel, I try to upload and I try to be consistent. So today we're talking about Love Yourself Tear by the South Korean band BTS. This is their 3rd Korean studio album, their 6th overall, and this is a milestone for not only the genre but for this band. So this debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, and that is unheard of for a band like this. It debuted at #1 on the US Billboard 200, earning 135,000 album equivalent units, including 100,000 pure album sales, becoming BTS's highest charting album in the US, as well as the first K-pop album to top the US albums chart, and the highest charting album by an Asian act. That's straight from the Wikipedia page. So anyways, I'm going to be honest. So I own multiple BTS albums on physical copy. I've listened to their discography, and I gotta say, I enjoyed this album. I thoroughly enjoyed this album, and I can understand why this is their most popular release up to date. It is definitely their most accessible. It is their most mainstream. It is their most, I can see pretty much every one of these songs being played on the radio. And you have these crunching, just pop, synthy, electronic, rap, and pop-infused tracks such as Fake Love, and then you have these kind of experimental tracks such as like And Pan Man and Airplane Part 2, which is a continuation of J-Hope's track Airplane from his new mixtape, I should say. And then you have these slower songs like The Truth Untold, which features Steve Aoki, who is an American producer. He also did Mic Drop. He was the producer for Mic Drop off of their album. It was Love Yourself Her, and you got the intro for this. So I want to say something that I noticed right away with this album is that they're giving the two members that people say don't get enough time a lot more time on this album, them being Jin and V. V starts off the first 3 songs on this album, and that to me is very interesting. I like that a lot. I think that's pretty cool, and I enjoy that each member got their shine. A lot of times it can feel a bit jilted. Even on an album such as Wings, which each member had a solo track and then the overall album had 15 tracks, I still feel like on all of their albums it can sometimes feel like certain members are shortchanged, certain members are left behind. But for this album, I feel like they exploited in a good way. I'm not saying that in a bad way. They exploited each member's strong suits, and they used them to their advantage to craft an intricate album that really blends a lot of genres, blends a lot of sounds. And I have to say, one of the real highlights to me is the very first track, the Intro Singularity, which is a track that is only done by V. And I have to say, the neo-soul, R&B, Korean pop type of vibe that this song gives off is performed excellently. And obviously, this band knows how to sing and dance. And this album proves even more that they're getting even better at their craft. The rap parts are some of the best rap parts that I have heard on an album, period. Ever. Not even like this year, ever. Some of the singing parts are some of the most beautifully haunting melodies, and the lyricism, as always, is strong, and they're only getting stronger with time. The outro song, Tear, where it's the rap line, it's basically like the BTS rap cypher part 5, which has Suga, J-Hope, and Rap Monster in it. They destroy it, and you get J-Hope and you get Suga singing. And this album is not only experimental, but it is the top of the craft for this band. And not only the top of the craft, but they also pushed forward an effort that paid off in full. And for an album that is mostly experimental in terms of it's not nothing that the band hasn't dabbled in before, but it's more so different in terms of the intricate nuances that the music does have inside of it, and that it does house, because each track feels different than the last. And while they can call back to older songs, Fake Love being similar to a big song like DNA or Blood, Sweat, and Tears, it has enough of its peppered in type of identity to where it encompasses a lot of style, a lot of spice, and it really brings forward an album that is an effort that I feel they can only go up from. So I'm going to slap this album with a perfect 10 out of 10, not only because of the craftsmanship and the amazing performances on the album, but of course the fact that this was a milestone release for the band. I might do a video on that. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. This has been Jay Morris, the Review Guy, and I am signing off saying farewell.
Oh no, what your mama gonna say when I tell her that I broke no heart? It's just things not the way that they used to be. Oh no, now you crying on the bathroom floor and I guess it's the end. Well, I lost my mind and I lost my best friend.